guys, Darren from venomfluidart.
With Bubbles.
Can't forget Bubbles.
'Cause I won't let you.
No doubt.
Welcome back to another play night in the Venom Garage.
It is play night in the Venom Garage.
And we're going to have a little bit of fun tonight. We're just doing like triple blooms.
Triple blooms.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought we haven't rocked those for a while, you know what I mean?
Why not indeed, I say.
So, and I love when you do these, to be honest. It brings out your elegant side.
My elegant side?
It really does.
Right.
So, I thought tonight is the night.
Okie dokie.
Relive some old favourites.
Sounds like a plan to me.
I'm going to go in with my beautiful Southern Ocean blue first.
It is a lovely colour.
I cannot live without it. I need it in my life.
Do you just?
I'm going to go for the centre this time, though.
The centre?
Yeah. I want to try something different with it.
Okay.
So I'm going to go about there. Now, I remember every time I get carried away with these that I do them.
Yeah.
And I go too much to the edge. And that's where you got to be careful, guys. Because if you go too far to the edge, you got to remember half of it's going to go over there.
That's right. You lose half your bloom.
And you're going to get a really pretty spinner.
Yeah, the spinner does look gorgeous when you're done.
And that's not what I want. So I'm going to go about there. And I used to always blow these ones out by mouth. But obviously at the moment, I'm a bit inept for that.
Yes.
So I'm going to give George a run.
Okay.
And I'm hoping he's going to be kind to me. Because as you know, with the mini blower, especially if you're doing these, it can be so hit and miss.
It can.
Especially on the little small surface you got there to play with.
And when the button's playing up too.
He's going to be a good boy today. Now I've got this is another old favourite I'm bringing back.
That looks like mink.
It is Mink by the Mighty Pearlex.
Yeah.
I haven't played with this for ages, and then I remembered I bought some and you made it up, and I was like, why haven't I got that out yet?
And that one hasn't been messed with. It's straight mink.
And it just looks like you look at it and go, yeah, that's brown. But it's actually, what this colour does is, to other colours.
It messes with them, yeah.
Is what I love about it. And I promise you, if you get some mink and use it with your red, orange and yellows,
yeah, you get
that's
some
when
awesome...
you really see some stunning effects.
Definitely.
And Pearlex really cheap too. Like, they're really well priced pigment.
Awesome quality too.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is my mink. I remember when I first started and you showed me mink and it was like everything that I did for weeks after.
Yeah, had mink in it.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Oh, gotta have mink.
You do that whenever I make you a new colour anyway.
I do.
You're a shocker for it.
It was like when I first found the TLP, this little piggy, Taffy, Comet.
Yeah.
Everything had Taffy and Comet in it. I just fell in love with them. And their the other one I really went off on was Sapphire and Blue Eyes.
Yep.
Absolutely amazing blues.
Whereas I like Fairy Floss.
Oh, you loved Fairy Floss. You went stupid with that.
And Lemon Sorbet.
No, that's still one of my favourites. That's definitely one of my favourites. Then again, you can't beat Boogie and Mosh.
Yep.
Inferno.
Both awesome neons.
Absolutely. But that's the thing. I'm one of them people that I'm not brand addicted, if that sounds right.
Yeah.
I'm not affiliated to anyone. It's just that I use what colours I like. Alright. Now this is a Pebeo tube paint.
It was.
With some wombat mixture in it.
It has got wombat mixture in it. I tweaked it. that so it shifts to gold.
Yes. And that's what I was hoping with the pretties underneath. It's going to give me some pretty cool effects with the mink. I'm hoping anyway.
Fingers crossed.
I'm definitely hoping. And I must apologise if I can get hard to understand. I am doing my best, guys. Definitely doing my best, but I wanted to paint today. A little bit of art therapy goes a long way. Now, I'm going to start with the outside ones.
Okay.
I used to always start in the middle. I'm just going to see what happens if I mix it up.
Why not?
Now, I've got to remember, this is like doing a tiny tile.
It is. Same as
That's
doing
what
a
you
little
got to get your head.
4-inch
That's
one.
the other hard thing to get your head set in, because you're on a big piece, but tiny tile.
Yeah.
Just want a little bit of fluff there.
Lovely.
So the cool thing about doing these too, it teaches you patience, because maybe a bit thick there, but while we're doing something else, that's going to do its thing.
It's going to sink.
So just let it do its thing. Just ignore it. It's not there.
Is that right?
Yeah. And move your spinner. One of the best bit of advices I can give, because that's what used to frustrate me when I first started, because I'd leave the spinner there and try and get my arm around and, you know, blow that way, that way, that way. Pain in the butt.
Yeah, see, now look at that one that you've let it wait for a while and let that
Yep.
selectivator sink. Look at the centre in that now.
It's doing its thing, guys.
It's doing its thing.
But that's another good trick, isn't it? Move your piece
Yeah.
with your blower.
If you're only doing one bloom, blow it out, wait a couple of minutes
Yep.
before you get carried away and start messing with it.
Gonna sit on that. Yeah, we're gonna sit on that.
Pretty.
So now what I'm thinking, we need our Southern Ocean blue. Which one's the darker one?
That one's the darker one at the bottom.
I know, you got a better eye than me. So what I'm thinking, we're going to give it a little tiny bit of feature.
Okay. So you're going to load up a palette knife with white selectivator?
Yep. Because what I'm thinking is I don't want to take all the feature away from the blooms,
Yep.
but I just want a little hint of something on the edges.
Pretty.
Because you've got to remember too, all this is going to open up.
It will. It'll spread right out when you start to spin it.
And we'll go opposite big side this time. And we'll just dance that to get little ribbons.
Pretty.
Okay. Now what I'm actually going to do, I'll get this out now. It's always someone sends you a text when you forget to put your phone on silent. Thank you.
My phone's permanently set on silent. It's probably why I get 300 missed calls a week.
The possibility is very real, my darling.
I was just thinking that. That's super pretty.
Now, I'm not going to go into major detail yet because
It's still got to spin out.
we haven't spun anything yet. I'm going to leave them alone.
Them bloom centers are gorgeous.
Yeah, I really... And see, notice now, guys, you're not seeing a hell of a lot of the mink.
No. You will when the flyover goes over it. The
Absolutely.
light really brings out the gold and trippy colour of the mink.
You just want to give it light little ones. So, don't do a bubble special and fly it like a 747. Now, I'm definitely putting that on silent soon. Hate that when you get in the wrong angle. You know exactly what you want to do and you're like, that's not going to work like that.
Those blooms are gorgeous. I love it.
Thank you, madam.
I like what you did there.
Give her a bit more of an open up there. Now, when you get to this mark, I've still got stuff that I can spin off. So if you want really little defined lines,
Now's the time to do them.
now is definitely the time to do it. Because you haven't got as much paint moving around, so they're going to stay pretty cool. But if you go too far before you do this, you're going to break up your paint. Now I can see with that one, that colour is not going to like being touched. So
just add a bit more in.
And then that'll keep it a bit more. I should have left that alone. But we all live and learn, people.
That we do.
I'll leave that alone. And I think I might leave it alone. Because I've got a feeling if I touch this colour, it's not going to be kind. Sometimes you just got to, when you stick that skewer in, you can see if it's going to go wrong.
Yeah.
And the colour, you'll see it instantly break up, eh?
Yep.
I think that might do her. She's quite pretty.
That's gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful.
Bit disappointed with that little piece, but that's my own fault. I seen it and kept going.
Yeah, well.
But I'm happy with them. Them bloom centres stayed pretty cool too, didn't they, on the outers?
Absolutely did. They turned out gorgeous.
Because they're the ones that usually move
They are.
really badly. You can see that one started to go, but still kept it centre. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's gorgeous. All right, we'll do a flyover of that. We'll get a close-up of it. Man, that's pretty.
But I'm glad I gave a little bit. Because I had the feeling I didn't have enough colour to get them to open up more.
Yeah.
So, no, I think she's pretty.
That's gorgeous.
I'll roll with that one.
Love it.
Thank you, my darling. I can feel neons coming out of you. I just know it.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
All right, we'll press pause and I'll have a go.
That sounds good to me, my love.
Okie dokie. My go.
Here's your go.
So I've done a split base on my one.
They are really effective with these too, aren't they?
They are. All right, so I'm going to go.
Off centre.
Yep, I'm going to go down low. Bit higher on them ones.
So that's the cool thing with these too. You can change your whole composition just from where you lay your blooms.
Exactly. Alright, so what I'm going to do with this one is make this one more bigger.
Is that like even a word?
Oh,
It's a Venom garage word, right?
it is.
Gonna embiggen it.
Because I tend to embiggen things, make them bigger.
I love that colour. I'm not really a pink girl, but that's really beautiful, that colour.
I like it.
That's our Harry and Wilma, isn't it?
It is.
With a touch of gold.
It has got a touch of gold in it.
Tell you what else I've been digging, this one. No, show everyone that one. That is gorgeous, that colour. It's more like a magenta. That's actually making it look lighter on the screen. But it's such a beautiful colour.
I love it.
Really beautiful one, Wombat.
Now, when you put your colours down, you notice the pillow paint swells up all around the outside edges.
Every time.
So when you go to do multiple blooms, where you'd usually blow one out and it's going to level out, it's going to spread the paint over, and that's already mounted up. So you've got multiple mounded areas, which makes it harder to blow them all out.
Yeah.
That's why you get them wonky.
A really good thing to be mindful of that.
Yeah.
A really good thing.
What I usually do is spin the pillow right out as much as I can.
Yeah. That's actually a really good tip for these.
That way you've got just the paint that's moving around and not so much the pillow paint.
Yeah. That's more or less just your floating base.
Yeah.
Notice I added that one for you because I knew you'd go looking for it. I started to see the colours you're putting down, seeing you didn't have that one there, and I went,
There it is.
He's going to grab that in a minute. We'll grab it before he goes searching and goes, where is it?
Right, it's that one, and we'll go. Maybe a bit of blue.
That's a really pretty blue, that too.
It is.
It is a bit on the thicker side, but I found with that type of blue it's better thicker.
Yeah.
Otherwise it can have the habit of bleeding into others bad.
Yes.
Good trick I learnt from stuffing up numerous times.
Alright. Blower is there.
Now remember, he's been temperamental.
He is being temperamental. The button's a bit sticky.
And I did warn you.
But that's alright. So what I'm going to do is do the same thing. Start on the outside ones.
Thing is too, we've got like 3-4 mini blowers.
Yep.
And stick to George.
I know. Go figure. Start with that one like that.
I reckon a good trick of blooms is to knowing what your CA is doing.
Yeah.
Whether it's a fast or a slow sinker. Which these are good for that because you walk away to the next one.
That's it, exactly. So what I do is try to avoid pushing too much paint and pillow over into this bit, otherwise it really mounds up.
Yep. And the centre is the star. Yeah, nice.
Very sticky button.
Yeah, I told you. Bubbles keeps filling it with paint.
Nice.
It's alright because Wombat keeps fixing it for me.
He does.
So that's why I don't learn.
No doubt. Alright. So now that these ones have started to sink, the edges ones.
It's really good having a fitter and machinist and pretty much a electrical whiz at home.
It comes in handy.
It does for bubbles painting, I tell you.
It does come in handy for bubbles painting.
If I need something fixed quick, I'm set.
Do some little modifications here and there. Always wipe the tip before you stick it back in.
Yeah, bubbles was bad for that in the beginning. I'll be like, Wombat, why do I keep getting these marks everywhere? He's like, because you're doing it. No, I'm not. Yes, I was.
Right, see how I've got this lovely line of colour? What I'm
Yeah.
going to do is bring it out like that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get too carried away with the modifications yet.
No, because you got the mounds to spin out.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, you can do it now, guys. There's no problem with that. But if you want to have them nice looking defined skewer edges, you're better to get some of that pillow moving off first.
Yeah, definitely.
Otherwise, they go skew if it's just the nature of the beast. But if you spin it, get it a bit thinner, it's so much easier to keep your defined lines.
And the beauty about doing these ones where you're doing a lot of modification work is while you're doing little modifications and things like that, that pillow paint is starting to self-level. So everything that you've pushed down with a blower and spread out and made mounds is sort of starting to contract and lift back up. So it tends to level it out. So the longer you can leave it before you spin it out, the better it is, because it's more level that way. You don't have the big mounds.
Where you've got to spin harder and more to level them out.
Exactly.
So that way, by rights, you shouldn't lose as much over the edge.
So I'm just going in, putting some little patterns here.
And sometimes it can all depend on what mood the paint gods are in that day.
Absolutely. Temperature, humidity, even altitude has a lot to do with it. We're at sea level, so we tend to get really good cells. Whereas if you're 10,000 feet up on a mountaintop, your cells aren't going to be anywhere near as good. Just nature of the beast.
That's when you just find something that works for you in your area.
Exactly.
Look at those perfect centres and all them, mister.
Take a little spinner box down to the beach or something.
We're yet to do that again.
Alright, so I'm going to start with that. I'm going to give it a torch, pop any little bubbles while we have them.
That's a really pretty composition, that.
So, another thing while we're at it, spinning it out. The thing is, anything that's off center of that piece is going to want to go that way or that way a lot quicker than what the center will.
Yep.
So I'm guaranteeing those ones will start to wonk a little bit, and this bottom part, as it spreads out, the top won't move as much, but the bottom really will.
It's called the laws of physics.
That's it. So, another thing to keep in mind, if you've spun it out and it's gone all wonky, that's why. What I'll do is, if I put that off center on the spinner, that's closer to the middle of what the spinner is. Just go slow. Let the weight of the paint do its work rather than putting heaps of force into it and really throwing it out there.
Like Bubbles does with
Like
swipes.
Bubbles does with swipes, yes.
Or a radial. I spin the crap out of them.
So, in all rights, that bottom one should just spread out reasonably even.
Oh, I love how them outside ones are going. Look how they're climbing.
And the outside ones should climb up and twist as they go.
Oh, that's damn sexy.
Like that.
Love that. That's gorgeous. Damn, that's gorgeous. I just hope that flyover catches all that beauty. Look at that big bloom.
So you'll see where those are spreading out, the paint moves and you're going to get wiggly cells through the middle of it, compared to the perfect bloom that you have in the middle where it was pretty much in the center of the spinner.
But geez, I love that. I love how that looks like it's curved up. That's really nice.
So now I'll just go in, add a few more little tweaks to it. I'm going to drag that up through there like that.
Geez, I like that one, huh? I love how this bit here kept the outer ring of the colour with the dark patch. That's really pretty.
Thank you, Bubbles. Just going to scoop a couple of these inwards. That.
That's really pretty.
Bring a couple of these little ones just out a little bit.
And it just shows too, just by the way we both laid our blooms down differently, the different composition and effects you can get too.
Yeah. Have a play with it. Change positions of where you blow your blooms out on the piece.
Yeah.
Change places where you put it on the spinner to see where things move around and have a wiggle and a wobble. So, all right, I'm done. That's it. I'm leaving it at that because that's pretty.
That is beautiful.
All right, we'll do a flyover of that one. Oh, pretty.
Definitely pretty.
I like that. But yeah, have a crack. These are a whole heap of fun to play with.
And you can really, really change up that composition just by where you lay them blooms.
Yeah, you can. You know, you're going to get a different result if you use 2 blooms, 3 blooms, 5 blooms, whatever.
I did a 6 one, remember?
You did do a 6 bloom one.
That was by mouth.
Yeah, nearly passed out. It was fun.
Oh, I like it, that angle.
It's just...
That's really beautiful, that angle. Sorry, I
Pretty.
just stopped you there. I just went, oh, I like that.
Thanks, mate.
The way the light hit that orange. So that is us for another week.
It is it for us another week. So, if you like that, hit like, share and subscribe. Ring the notification bell. That way you get to see all our stuff as we release it. Okie dokie, Bubbles. Have fun. Take care. And I'll
we'll
see you in the next one. Bye for now.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a fantastic day.